Yeah, hello students. So today I'm going to explain the topic functions. The previous videos I have done the class 11th syllabus relations and functions. One video I have done Cartesian product along with 2.1 exercise, and another video I have done only relations exercise 2.2. Today I am going to explain functions, the class 11 syllabus. After a few definitions, I will discuss about exercise 2.3 also. Because in 11th we have three exercises in relations and functions. Now I will discuss about the function. What is the meaning of actual function here? How are they defining about function? Generally, we learn about Cartesian product, we learn about the relation. You see, every subset of Cartesian product is known as a relation. Every subset of Cartesian product is known as a relation. Here, some particular relations are known as functions. All functions are relations, but as well as all functions are all functions are relations, but every relation need not be a function. Every relation need not be a function. So first, just you should learn the definition of function. Then I will give a few examples of that. We will write the definition of function. Right. A relation f from a to b. A relation f from the set A to the set B. A relation f from a set A to a set B. A relation f from a set A to a set B is said to be a function. Is said to be a function if every element of set A is said to be a function if every element of set A has every element. When they talk about the function, every element of set A has one and only one image in set B. Has one and only one image in set B. A relation f from set A to a set B is said to be a function if every element of set A has one and only one image in set B. Has one and only one image in set B, then I can say f is a function from A to B. I can write it is denoted by f from A to B. I can express like this. Whenever it happens, I can express it is denoted by f from A to B. F from A to B. For example, I have taken, suppose A is equal to, I have taken 1, 2, 3. B is equal to, I have taken just AB. Correct. And I have taken one relation, just I can write the relation here. Suppose you take here this relation, I am taking f is a relation from A to B. 1, 2, 3 I have written here, this is AB. Connect it with 1 to B, 2 to A and 3 to B. First, is it a relation? Yes, it is a relation because you will get 1A, you can see here, 1A ordered pair, you will get 2A, you will get 1B, I have written here 1B and 2A and I have 3B. So this is the ordered pairs, right? So it is a subset of A cross B, right? It is a subset of A cross B. Generally, A cross B is having 6 ordered pairs. Here I have taken 3. It is a subset of A cross B. This is everything. It is a subset of A cross B. Every subset of A cross B is known as a relation from A to B. Every subset of A cross B is known as a relation from A to B. It is a relation from A to B. But here you can see what is the rule. If you want to say this relation should be a function, means every element of A has one and only one image in set B. You can see it has only one image in set B. 1 has image B, 2 has image A, 3 has image B. Every element of set A has one and only one image in set B. So I can say this relation is a function. I can say it is a function here. I can say f is a function. F is a function. I can say f is a function. It is a function. Suppose we are written like this. 1, 2, 3. You can see A, B I have written here. 1, 2, A, 1, 2, B, 2, 2, A, 3, 2, B. So I have written Z. So I have written here A to B. What about this one? Is it a function? The first one, is it a relation? Yes, it is a relation, no doubt. I can write 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 2A, 3B. It is a relation. But it is not a function. Why? Because 1 has 2 images. But the rule has, A has one, the set A has one and only one image in set B. But A has two images, A and B. Because these are all same images. A, B are called images of these elements. Reverse, you can say 1, 2, 3 are called 3 images. That I will discuss. So here 1 has 2 images. So F is not a function. So I can say F is G, this is G is not a function. G is not a function. G is not a function. The reason here 1 has 2 images. G is not a function. The reason, since 1 has 2 images, one has image A and image B, so it is not a function. Suppose if every element of A has only one image, then it is a function like this. So it is not a function here. Clearly it is not a function. Even if I take one more example, you can see here. When I have taken like this, 1, 2, 3, I have taken A, B, 1, 2, A, 3, 2, A, I have taken. Let it be H from A to B. What about this H? H from A to B. Is it a function? No, it is not a function. Sir, you told the rule, only one image, it has only one image. But I told here, every element, this is the rule, every element of set A, every element. So 2 doesn't have any image. So it is not a function. I can say here, not a function. Here it is not a function, right? Here this is not a function, only this is the function. Here H from A to B, H from A to B is not a function. The reason, 2 doesn't have any image. Since the 2 doesn't have any image, so that is the reason it is not a function. Here 1 has 2 images, it is not a function. Here every element of set has only unique image, so it is a function. I hope you understood this, right? So here this is an idea about that function. Now, so when they are talking about the function here, when they have written this is F, function F, here this is the relation, not a function. H is a relation, it is not a function. Now I will discuss about what is like, what do you say, what is the image, what is the pre-image, I will discuss now. Now see, after learning the definition of the function, suppose when I have defined here, you can see, I can observe here, I am talking about the function here. Suppose this is a function I have defined F from A to B. You take an element dx, image, let's say this is y. So F is a function, image of x is y. So I can write here, they are saying here, image of x is y. I can write F of x is equal to y. So y is called image of F. I can say image of x or image of x. Y is called image of x under F. Y is called image of x under F. Now reverse, x is called pre-image. I can say x is called pre-image of y under F. I can say pre-image, image and pre-image, both words I can use it here. X is called the pre-image of this, I can use this, correct? Image and pre-image, I can say x is called, y is called image of x, and this is called pre-image of y, I can say. Pre-image of y. So y is called image of x under F, and x is called the pre-image of y under F, I can say. This is the pre-image, I can use the word pre-image, I can use here. This is the pre-image of y under F. At the same time, I can also, A is called domain of the function, B is called codomain of the function, and F of A is called, entire F of A is called range of the function. You can remember here, A is called domain. The entire set A is called domain of the function. And the entire set B is called codomain. Codomain. F of A is called range. This is called range. F of A is called range of the function. So A is domain, B is codomain, F of A is range. Always you can see here, the range will come from this only, right? So that means you can say always here range is F of A is subset of codomain, right? F of A is subset of, always remember, F of A is a subset of B. F of A is a subset of B. F of A is subset of B. That means range is subset of codomain. Range is subset of codomain. Range is subset of codomain. But I have written like this. For example, I have written 1, 2, 3. I have written here some PQ. I have written 1, 2, 3. I have written like this. This is some G I have written from A to B. See here, everything I connected with Q. It is a function. It is a function. What is the domain here? Set of 1, 2, 3. I can write domain equal to set of 1, 2, 3. And codomain is equal, you can see here, when I am talking about codomain is equal to set of P comma Q, and range is equal to, I can write range is equal to singleton Q. Like this again, you can see range is subset of codomain, range is subset of codomain, and range is subset of codomain. You can observe here, entire A is called domain, entire B is called codomain. The element which are connected, the image set, the set of images or the set of images is known as range. Range is equal to singleton Q. Always range is subset of codomain. That you remember. Now, they will discuss about the real valued function and real function. What is the meaning of real valued function? You can think about real valued function. So, what is the meaning of real valued function? Whenever real valued function, suppose if f from A to B is said to be real valued function, is said to be real valued function if B is subset of R. Either B is subset or B equal to R, right? In this case, we can say real valued function. Real valued function means you can real valued function f from A to B, correct? This is real valued function. Real valued function. If f from A to B is said to be real valued function, if B is subset of R, this is called real valued function. That means codomain is subset of R, that is called real valued function. So B is a subset of R. Suppose A is subset of R, B also subset of R, then f from A to B is called real function. So you think, what is the meaning of real function? So when I am talking about the real function, so what is the real function? I can say here, if A is subset of R, B is subset of R, then f from A to B is said to be, you can write is said to be real function. Is said to be real function. Is said to be real function. Observe here, if A is subset of R, B is subset of R, then f from A to B is said to be real function. If only B is subset of R, this is called real valued function. So this is the difference between these two. Real function, real valued function. Always, whatever you are taking, domain or codomain may be equal to R, it's subset of R always. Always, that is possible always, it is a subset of R. So here I discussed about real valued function when codomain is subset of R. If domain and codomain both are subset of R, that is called a real function. So we learned domain. If f from A to B is a function, A is called domain, B is called codomain. The set of images is known as range. Always range is subset of codomain. I give one example. After I discussed about real valued function, real function. Now I will discuss about the different types of functions like identity function, constant function. I can discuss constant function, next the modulus function, signum function. The syllabus whatever we have in 11th I am going to discuss now. Now I will discuss about the identity function. What is the meaning of identity function? When they are talking about identity function, define the function f from R to R. Define the function f from R to R as, you can write f of x is equal to x for all x belongs to R. Define the function f from R to R as f of x equal to x for all x belongs to R. Then f is called an identity function. then such a function is called an identity function. It is called an identity function. This is the rule. Define the function f from R to R as f of x equal to x for all x belongs to R is called an identity function. This is called identity function. Domain is R, codomain is R. You can see f of x is equal to x. So you take any element, image itself, that is called identity function. So for example, if I take, like you can see here, I am saying is an identity function, right? F of x is equal to x. So that means here that the same element means domain also, you will get domain is equal to R, codomain equal to R, correct? Domain or codomain equal to R. Range also R, same thing, right? Range is equal to R. Domain, codomain and range, all are three are same, right? Domain, codomain, range also same thing. For example, you are drawn like this. Suppose 1, 2, 3. This also 1, 2, 3. I should write like this. So this is A, this is A. I should write 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3. Image itself. So when I have taken A to A, the people they may represent, this is IA. IA means A to A. A to A, image itself. Here I can define IA of 1 is equal to 1. You can see IA of 2 is equal to 2. IA of 3 is equal to 3. IA of 3, I means identity function. A to A meaning A to A. This is suffix IA. IA, I written IA. 2 of 2, image of 2 is 2. IA of 3 is 3. I can represent like this notation. Suppose B to B, IB I can write. So same way, when I think that means here, what the meaning here? IA of x is equal to x, right? When I have taken this one, you can see the meaning here. This is IA of x is equal to x. Image itself, right? In this case. The domain 1, 2, 3, range, codomain 1, 2, 3, range also 1, 2, 3. All are equal, right? So this is called identity function. What is the geometrical meaning of this? See ordered pairs. What ordered pairs you will get? 1, you will get 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Ordered pairs 1, we can say 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 means x is equal to y. When x is equal to y, it gives a straight line. It passes through origin. So you get the line, the graph is a straight line. The graph is a straight line. So it passes through origin, right? So on this one, you know y is equal to x or x is equal to y, passes through origin. The graph of an identity function is a straight line. It passes through the origin. You remember, the graph of an identical function is a straight line. It passes through the origin. Y equal to x. So this is the graph of identity function. Where x is equal to y on this line, this is most important to remember this line. Y is equal to x. Graph of identity function graph. Now I will discuss about next constant function. Now I am discussing about the constant function. What is the meaning of constant function? When they are talking constant function, define the function f from R to R as f of x is equal to c. Then f of x is equal to c. For each x belongs to R, I can write here. For each x belongs to R, and c is a constant. For each x belongs to R, where c is a constant, is called constant function. Constant function. I have written here x belongs to R, where for each x belongs to R, f of x equal to c. Where c is a constant. Where c is a constant, it is called constant function. Define the function from R to R as f of x equal to c for each x belongs to R, where c is a constant, is called constant function. It is called a constant function here. So you define f of x equal to c where c is constant. What is the actual meaning of this? So there is no change here. It is a constant. Whatever you write here, there is no change. I will explain you with the example. I will explain. Now, when I have taken this one, here the R is domain. This R is codomain. But range is having only one element here. I can write domain equal to R, codomain equal to R, right? R equal to, or what about range is equal to, I can do only one element, C, singleton C. Singleton C is called range. In any function, if the range is having only one element, that is called constant function, no doubt. If the range is having only one element, that is called constant function. Constant function. So for example, I have written f of x is equal to 5. See, f of x is equal to, I have written like this. Suppose 1, 2, 3. I have written here 5, 6, 7, something. 1, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 3, 2, 5. So this is the function, constant function. F of 1, 5. F of, correct. You write here f of 1, 5. You write f of 2, 5. F of 3, 5. So every element has same image. Then this is called constant function. F of x is equal to 5. You can observe here 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5. These are the points. If we draw the line passing through these points, it gives a line which is parallel to x-axis. Why? Because this value is same. You make it coordinate points 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, right? In all the points, y coordinate is fixed. When y coordinate is fixed, these points should be on the line. These points are collinear. The points on the same line. So a line passes through these points which is parallel to x-axis. That means f of x equal to 5 means I can consider y is equal to 5. It gives a straight line. I'm giving an example, this one. So y is equal to 5 means somewhere here. This is y is equal to 5. Let it be, this is 5. So here I can write 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, y is equal to 5. So is understood. So the graph is a line which is parallel to x-axis. If you draw the graph of constant function, it's a straight line parallel to x-axis always. Y is equal to 5. Correct? Right. That means understood the meaning, a line parallel to x-axis, it represents a constant function always. So there is a reason I written y equal to 5. Range is having only one element here, right? Domain 1, 2, 3, set of 1, 2, 3, codomain set of 5, 6, 7. But range is equal to singleton 5. Then that function is called constant function. So like this we can define about the constant function here. Now I will discuss about polynomial function. Now we will discuss about the polynomial function. What is the meaning of polynomial function? Polynomial function, basically you can think about a function f from R to R. A function f from R to R is said to be a polynomial function. F from R to R is said to be a polynomial function. Is said to be a polynomial function. For each x in R, for each x belongs to R, y is equal to f of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x squared and so on plus an x power n. See, a function f from R to R is said to be a polynomial function. For each x belongs to R, y equal to f of x equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x squared and so on plus an x power n, where n is a non-negative integer. And you can write the coefficients a0, a1 and so on, an belongs to R. All coefficients a0, a1, a0, a1 and so on, an belongs to R. The coefficients belongs to R. This is called polynomial function. This is the expression. a0, a1x, a2x and so on, an x power n, nth degree polynomial. If I am saying nth degree polynomial, the coefficient of x power n, an should not be equal to 0. So written where n is a non-negative integer, should not be negative, either 0 or positive, I can consider. Then again it is a polynomial function. Example, if I talk about example of this, I can write here f of x is equal to x cube minus 2x square plus 5x plus 6. I can write some g of x is equal to, I can write like this, x square minus root 2x plus 6. Coefficients I can take it, the coefficients belongs to R, even root 2 belongs to R. So I can consider, these are the examples I can consider. Correct. So these are the polynomial functions. Suppose if I take h of x is equal to x power 5 by 4 plus 6, it is not polynomial. The rule, the powers of x should be non-negative integer, right? N is a non-negative integer. So here always I can do here n is a non-negative integer. The powers should not be fractions, right? X power 5 by 4 plus 6, it is not a polynomial function, radical sign. The power of x is having radical sign, it is not a polynomial function. This one should avoid that. It's not a polynomial function. For example, you can take it. For example, I have taken f of x is equal to x square. They are defined here. For example, f of x is equal to x square, they are defined like this. So f from R to R. F from R to R defined by as f of x is equal to x square. If they defined, what about domain and range of this? So if we think about the graph of this, it's a parabola. It will come like this. Clearly we know that domain is R because I defined f from R to R. Domain of this function I can think domain is equal to R. Codomain is equal to R. Correct? What about range is equal to? I can write range is equal to, you can see above. This is origin, right? So above origin, right? Range I can write including 0 to infinity. Like this. Some people do it in set builder form. I can also write the range is equal to set of x square such that x belongs to R. This also you can write in set builder form x square, x belongs to R. I can write R, I can write including 0 to infinity above x axis, it won't come down. So for this graph, minimum value will be 0. There is no maximum going on. Maximum doesn't exist, minimum will be 0. So for the f of x equal to x square. For example, you think about f of x equal to x cube. F of x cube. Define again f from R to R only. F of x equal to x cube. Where they defined f from R to R. They defined f from R to R. Because here I told this one is not polynomial function. F from R to R, f of x cube. Then you can think about this one, the graph. It will come like this. So the graph it will come. So this is f of x equal to x cube. I can write y equal to x cube also, I can write f of x cube. The graph will come like this. X cube, the graph will go like this. So the domain is R, codomain is R. Range I can express, whatever the range is equal to, I can write set of x cube such that x belongs to R. I can express like this, x cube, x belongs to R, I can write. This is the function of x cube. Domain and R I can express. These are all polynomial functions. Correct? I can discuss about the polynomial function like this. So the graph of this is the graph of polynomial function, parabola. This is a degree, second degree, this is a third degree. This is also called continuous. Both are continuous graphs, right? This is also passing. No. Here this is a continuous graph passing through like this origin. Correct? And like passing through origin this one. So y equal to x cube. Correct? Like this we can discuss about the polynomial function here. These are the two examples here about the polynomial functions. Now I will explain, because I completed polynomial function, right? I will explain the rational function now. Now we will discuss about the reciprocal function. So reciprocal, not reciprocal. First I will discuss about the rational function. Rational function. What is the meaning of rational function? The functions of the type f of x by g of x. G of x not equal to 0. The functions of the type f of x by g of x and g of x not equal to 0, where f of x and g of x are polynomials defined in its domain, is called a rational function. The functions of the type f of x by g of x should not be equal to 0, where f of x and g of x are polynomials defined in its domain, then this is called rational function. Is called rational function. The functions of the type f of x by g of x not equal to 0, where f of x and g of x are polynomials, define its domain. Then this is called rational function. You can say rational function. Example, I can discuss about suppose the function f from r minus singleton 0 to r. This is the function I have taken like this. F from r minus 0 to r. This is a function defined by f of x is equal to 1 by x. X belongs to r minus singleton 0. So this is called reciprocal function. It's nothing but rational function. One of the example for rational function. 1 by x I have taken. X belongs to r minus singleton 0. This is called reciprocal function. 1 by x is called reciprocal function. F from r minus singleton 0 to r, f of x equal to 1 by x. X belongs to r minus singleton 0 is called reciprocal function. If you draw the graph of this, it will come like this, right? Correct. The graph will be like this. This is the graph of reciprocal function. F of x is 1 by x. So you can see the domain clearly we know here. The domain they define r minus singleton 0, right? Even I can also define, it never be 0 the value. The range also I can define r minus singleton 0. Codomain I given r. Domain and range both are same here. R minus singleton 0. This is singleton 0. Right, set of singleton 0. Domain and this one r minus singleton 0. Range is equal to r minus singleton 0. So just remember like this we get to the graph of rational function. Now I will discuss about the modulus function. So these also the important concept modulus function I will discuss now. The function f from r to r. You can think about this one. The function f from r to r. Always they will define the function f from r to r. When they are talking about the modulus function, f from r to r, they will defined by f of x, the function f from r to r, defined by f of x equal to mod x for each x belongs to r is called modulus function. Is called modulus function. F from r to r defined by f of x equal to mod x for each x belongs to r is called modulus function. Generally, the term it gives, I can also say absolute value of x. Another I can say absolute value of x. I can also define this. They will define like f of x is equal. So x when x is greater than or equal to 0, minus x when x less than 0. Because absolute value of x, it gives always positive value. When x greater than or equal to 0, it will be x. When x less than 0, minus x. Because x is negative, minus x gives positive, right? If you draw the graph of this, see here, when x is positive, it's a positive, right? Same thing it will come here. When x is negative also minus x, minus of negative to positive, right? The graph will come like this. This is the graph of y equal to mod x, f of x equal to mod x. F of x equal to mod x. The general meaning, this one I can write here. Y is equal to x, this is y equal to minus x. If you consider x, then x is positive case, negative case minus x this side. If you consider this is y is equal to, right? If you consider y is equal to, I can express like this. Now you can see the domain clearly R. I can write the domain, codomain R. Domain is equal to R, right? And what about the range of this? You can think range this one. The function value always gives positive above x-axis. It never come down. So the range will start with 0, including 0, right? So 0 to infinity, right? I say R plus, yes, including 0. I can also write like this. Otherwise I can also write R plus union including 0, right? So this way also can express domain. This is R plus positive reals including 0. Or I can express like this. This is the domain of this. This is the range of this function. Domain is R. So the modulus function. This is most important one. the concept that like the properties of this you should learn more, like more elaborately you should learn for entrance point of view. It is the most important concept of modulus function. Now I will discuss about the signum function. Now see the specific function, signum function. The function f from R to R. I can write f from R to R defined by the function f from R to R, f from R to R defined by f of x is equal to, you can remember f of x equal to 1 when x greater than 0, 0 when x equal to 0, minus 1 when x less than 0 is called signum function. The function f from R to R defined by f of x equal to 1 when x greater than 0, 0 when x equal to 0, minus 1 when x less than 0 is called signum function. This is called signum function. I will repeat the definition. The function f from R to R defined by f of x is equal to 1 when x greater than 0, equal to 0 when x equal to 0, minus 1 when x less than 0. This is called signum function. The function is signum function. You can see, check here, domain is equal to R. Clearly domain is equal to R. Codomain equal to R. What about range here? Range means output, right? Domain means input. Input is R. We can take it any value of x. But range is output. Output we have only minus 1, 0, 1. So this is the range of this function. Clearly domain is equal to R. Range is equal to minus 1, 0, 1. So this function I can also define another way also. The same function I can also define f of x is equal to mod x by x when x is not equal to 0, equal to 0 when x equal to 0. This we also can define. If we use definition of mod x, when positive mod x value x by x is 1. When negative case mod x will be minus x, we will get minus x by x minus 1. When x equal to the defined 0, this we also can define signum function. If you think about the graph of this, so when it is 0, 0 only, right? When it is a positive, it will be 1, right? So it's on the 0 case 0 only, right? So I can consider this one, it goes like this. So here excluding this, right? When 0 is 0, otherwise when our positive case, it will come like this. So this is, I can write y is equal to 1. Negative case, I can consider like this. This is y is equal to minus 1. Output, y values are output. So this is the graph of signum function. And because 0 0 only, except the other values. So this is the graph of signum function. Now, I will discuss about the most important and greatest integer function. Now you can see that function is greatest integer function. The function f from R to R defined by f of x equal to stub x. This is the notation stub x. I can also say stub function. The function f from R to defined by f of x equal defined by f of x equal to stub x assumes the value of the greatest integer r less than or equal to x. I will explain now. Less than or equal to x. So here the function defined from f from R to R defined by f of x equal to stub x assumes the value of the greatest integer less than or equal to x. Less than or equal to x is called stub function or greatest integer function. How they are defining this? You can observe how they are defining this. You can observe here. Suppose they are saying here they are saying f of 1.5. So stub of 1.5. Take only greatest integer of 1.5. It will be only 1. So stub of, you can write 1.55. It will be 1. Stub of 1.578. It will be 1. Take integer part. So suppose 0.56. It will be 0. Take integer part. So the value should be greatest integer less than or equal to x. Compare to that value, this value less than or equal to x. Suppose stub of 1, it gives 1. This value equal to 1. Integer less than or equal to x, right? Should be equal to stub of integer is same number itself because there is no fractional part here. So integer it gives stub of 1 is equal to 1. If we think negative number also, for example, so you can write stub of minus 0.5. If I write stub of minus 0.5, it gives integer. So it gives left side of that number. So 1.55 left side integer is 1. So 0.56 or left side integer is 0. So it gives here minus 1. Step off you can see, suppose minus 1.5, it gives minus 2. There is a meaning of that. That value, we are comparing the value, that should be less than of that, right? Always less than that. Step x less than or equal to x. Step of x less than or equal to x. So you will get like this. Suppose here, even to draw the graph of, we can draw the graph of this also. We can draw the graph of this. I'm planning to just the graph of this one. You can think about this one. The graph of this, I can write 0, 1, 2, 3, and then minus 2, 1, 2, 3, and then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Just think about the graph. Suppose the x value, if we consider the x value, what I'm talking, minus 3 less than or equal to x less than 2. Suppose x value between minus 3 and 2 I have taken, between minus 3 and 2. In that case, the function, the step value will be, you will get between minus 3 and 2, the step value will be minus 3. Step of is minus 3. If you take minus 2 less than or equal to x less than 1, minus 1, so that minus 2. Between minus 3 and minus 2, if we take, the value will be minus 3. If we take between minus 2 to minus 1, step x will be equal to minus 2. It will come minus 2. And if we take the step value, minus 1 less than x less than 0, the step x is equal to, you will get minus 1. You will get minus 1 like this. The graph, I have taken the values of like this. In between I have taken, in between the values you can observe here. Suppose same way, suppose if we take between 1, see here, between minus 1 to 0. Suppose if we take the value 0 less than or x less than 1, what is step x value? It will be 0, right? Between 0 and 1 it will be 0. If we take 1 less than or equal to x less than 2, then step x is equal to, this is step function, step x is equal to, it comes 1. You can substitute the points here. When I have taken the point here, see between minus 3 to minus 2, if I take, the value will become minus 3. So this will become minus 3, excluding this. Generally you can think about that here minus 3, right? I will get minus 3 here. Suppose if I take this is minus 3, then you will get. You will get minus 3, between minus to minus 2. This side, at minus 2 you won't get, right? You will get like this. If we take between minus 2 to minus 1, if we take x for step x is equal to minus 2, it will come like this. Correct? This will be minus 2. And if we take between minus 1 to 0, it will step x is equal to minus 1. It will come like this, excluding this value, right? Because we don't want including that value, right? It will come like this. 0 to 1, it will be 0, right? When they are talking 0 to 1, it will be 0. It will come like 0 to 1. It will be 0, right? The same, it will coincide except that, right? Between, again, right, 1 to 2, it will be 1. It will come like this. Suppose if I extend for 2 to 3, if I take 2 to 3, 2 to, if we take 2 to 3, if we take like this, stubs, it will be like stubs. So this is called stub function or greatest integer function. Like this we can define this. These are also most important in point of entrance, point of also. So if you learn the properties properly, so many properties are there. If we learn that, definitely we can do different types of problems easily. We can do that. Should be thorough with this topic. Now I will discuss about algebra of real functions. Now we will discuss about the algebra of real functions. In algebra of real functions, you can see f from x to r, g from x to r. Both have domain and codomain, both are same. X is subset of r. Now, in that case, the combination of, like we can combine two functions, f plus g, addition of two functions. It will be defined by f plus g of x equal to f of x plus g of x for all x belongs to x. Just you can combine when both your same domain and codomain x is subset of r. Here also same thing, difference of two functions. Difference of two functions I can say here. This also again is difference of two functions. Subtraction of again some real function from another. Subtraction of real function from another. We can subtract two functions. F of x minus g of x. You can define f minus g of x is the function. Suppose if alpha is a scalar, I can multiply a function with alpha. I can define alpha f from x to r by alpha f of x is equal to alpha into f of x for all x belongs to x, and alpha be a scalar. This also I I can define this. Even the product of two functions fg from h to r, f from h to r, the function fg from h to r by fg of x equal to f of x and g of x for all x belongs to r. I can define this product of two functions. I can define here this. I can also say this one particular name is that I can also say point-wise multiplication. This I can also say point-wise multiplication. Point-wise multiplication. I can say point-wise multiplication. Point-wise multiplication. This product of two functions is called point-wise multiplication. This is quotient of two functions. Quotient of two functions. F and g be two real functions. Let f and g be two real functions, and x is subset of r. F and g be two real functions, and x is subset of r. The quotient f by z of x is equal to f of x by g of x. G of x not equal to 0. This is called quotient of two functions. Quick reference, I have completed this. Now I am going to explain the problems of 2.3 exercise. So see, in this problem they are given three relations. They are given. We should verify whether the relation is a function or not. If it is a function, we should find domain and range. If it is a function, determine its domain and range. Otherwise, no need to find here. You can observe here. This is the relation: 2, 1, 5, 1, 8, 1, 11, 1, 14, 1, 17, 1. So in this, the domain, the elements of 2, 5, 8, 11, 14 and 17 have their unique images. The elements have, so correct, the domain of this we can see 2, 5, 8, 11, 14 and 17 have unique images. So this relation is a function. I can write here the reason since 2, 5, 8, 11, 14 and 17 having their unique images, right? Unique images, having their unique images, correct. So they are given having these elements having their unique images. So I can write it is a function. Yes, it is a function. It is a function. What is the domain here? I can write a domain is equal to the elements 2, 5, 8. I can write 11, 14 and 17. All the first elements of the ordered pairs. Domain. What about range of this? You can think about, and I am talking about range. Range is having only one element, right? Range is having only one element. Can you remember? If the range is having only one element, that function is known as constant function. So that means this is constant function. They didn't ask here. Just I am discussing. Range is having only one element. This is constant function. Coming to the second one. 2, 1, 4, 2, 6, 3, 8, 4, 10, 5, 12, 6, 14, 7. Here also same thing. Since 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14 have their unique images. So it is a function. So you can write domain and you can write here domain and range. Since it is a function, we can write domain and right. Having their unique images, same thing. Same reason you can write. Since 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14 having their unique images, so it is a function. You already given it is a function. Then again, after writing it is a function, you write domain equal to. So what is the domain here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And range is equal to, I can write here, you will get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Understood? Since 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14 having their unique images, so this relation is a function. So write domain and range. Range means set of second elements. Domain means set of first elements. If you cannot replace, right? I can write. Clear. Coming to third one, 1, 3, 1, 5, 2, 5. This relation, verify here. Clearly you can observe here, this relation is not a function. The reason, one has two images. Since one has two images, I can write, since one has two images 3 and 5. Since one has two images 3 and 5, so it is not a function. it is not a function. It is not a function. Since 1 has 2 images, 3 and 5 is not a function. Because every element of domain should have unique image, right? So I can, this will collected unique images, so it is not a function here. Now I will explain second problem. Here we should find domain and range of these two functions. Think about when they are talking about this one, f of x minus mod x. But already we learned mod x gives an absolute value of x. Always you can remember this. So mod x, this will be greater than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to, right? For all x belongs, this is greater than or equal to 0. Whether 0 or positive, mod x always greater than or equal to 0. If you multiply with the negative, minus mod x will become less than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to R. Negative, right? This is the value function f of x. So f of x less than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to R. The function less than or equal to 0, right? That means here this is domain. You can think about domain is equal to, I can write R, and range is equal to, so the value less than or equal to 0 including 0 minus infinity to 0 including, this is range. Correct, left of 0 up to minus infinity to 0. This will be the domain and this will be the range of this. Coming to this problem. This is positive square root. So we can define this function. This function we can define 9 minus x square greater than or equal to 0, right? F of x can be defined when 9 minus x square should be greater than or equal to 0. If you multiply with the negative, x square minus 9 less than or equal to 0. X plus 3 into x minus 3 less than or equal to 0, right? Whenever the linear factor is less than or equal to 0, here like this, x lies between minus 3 and 3. From this I can conclude here, minus 3 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. Correct. That means x belongs to closed interval minus 3 comma 3. So this is the domain. Domain we mentioned. Domain attains at closed interval, right? Even when it's given closed interval, definitely the function value depends upon these two values, right? Minus 3 comma 3. So clearly I can write domain equal to closed interval minus 3 comma 3. Correct? You think about the given minus 3 and 3 and 0 also is there. To find the range at minus 3, what is the function value? If we think the function value f of x, so f of x you can think, so f of x value at minus 3 will be, if we substitute minus it will be, you will get 0. At 0 and x equal to 0, the function will be 3. At 3, the function value will be 0, right? Because domain is closed interval. So that means closed range also depend upon these values, right? So it attains at minus 3, function is 0. At 0, function value is 3. At 3, it's 0. That means here the max value of the function 3, min value is 0, right? I can decide here. So depend upon like this. Therefore, I can write here the range is equal to closed interval 0 to 3. 0 to 3 because it is positive square root, right? Never be negative value. Range should be positive value. I have taken at minus 3 0, at 0 to 3, 3 0. So closed interval range is equal to 0 comma 3. This is the range of this function. Now I will do the third problem now. See, in this third problem, the given function f is defined by f of x equal to 2x minus 5. Now write down the values of these three. Directly we can do this, right? Given f of x is equal to 2x minus 5. They are asking one f of 0. So replace x with 0. It gives minus 5. The second one, f of 7. So 2 into 7 minus 5. 14 minus 5. It will be 9. And the direct substitution, right? They are asking direct substitution here. And f of minus 3. So 2 into minus 3 minus 5 minus 6 minus 5 minus 11. Just they are asking write the values of this. That means in this function they are given the 0, the image of 0 is minus 5, image of 7 is 9, image of minus 3 is minus 11. We completed third problem now. I will explain fourth problem now. This is a simple problem, direct substitution. Like t of 0. They are given t of 0 relation is given, right? So this is the relation. What is the t of 0? When they are asking t of 0, so replace c with 0 you will get 9 into 0 by 5 plus 32. This will be 0, right? It gives 32. Temperature of Celsius at 0 equal to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. They are converting. This is the relation between temperature Celsius to Fahrenheit. We got 32 degrees Fahrenheit here. We got 32 right. Just you will get only the value 32 will get, only 32 will get right. We substitute here. Second, T of 28. When I am talking T of 28, again same 9 into 28 by 5 plus 32. You can simplify this, you will get this one 252 plus 160 by 5. Correct, you can add this, you will get 4, we are getting 412 by 5, right? You will get 412 by 5. Do it now without T of minus 10. Same way we do that, T of minus 10. So third one, T of minus 10. We do minus 10. So 9 into minus 10 by 5 plus 32. It comes this one minus 18 plus 32. It will be 14, right? It will be 14. Coming to this one, the fourth one, the value of C, when T of C is equal to 212, this is given 212. So 212 equal to 9C by 5 plus 32. Transfer this side. If we transfer this side, 212 minus 32 equal to 9C by 5. You will get the difference is 180, right? So 9C by 5 is equal to 180. Then C is equal to 180 into 9 by 5, transfer that side. Here multiplication, take that side, it will be 5 by 9, right? Correct. We got the conversion here. We got that value, we got 100. When given 212 is given, T of C is given 212. Correct. They given T of C 212, when it is 100, right? You will get 100, the value we got 100. Correct. When it is 212. When the given value T of C is given 212, correct? Then we got C is equal to 100, we got it. Now I will do the last problem. Now see, this is a very simple problem. They are asking to find the range. They are given domain also. For every function they are given domain, they are asking range. See the first problem. When I am talking about the first problem, so f of x is equal to 2 minus 3x. X belongs to R, x greater than 0 is given. They are asking positive is given. So when x greater, you can start with x belongs to x greater than 0 is given here. They are asking find the range of this. So you can start with x greater than 0. Multiply with the negative. Minus 3x will become less than 0, right? If you multiply with the negative number, greater than will become less than. To add 2. If you add it to 2 minus 3x less than 0 plus 2. So this is f of x less than 2, right? F of x less than 2. The function left of 2. So the range will become left of 2 means minus infinity to 2. This will be the range. Correct? This is a simple problem. We got range is equal to this. Coming to the second problem. F of x equal to x square plus 2. X belongs to R. So x square, clearly we know that x square always greater than or equal to 0, right? 0 or positive always. Add 2, then x square plus 2, 0 plus 2, you will get f of x greater than or equal to 2. So the range will become now, range is equal to 2 to infinity including 2. That will be range, right? Now third problem, you understood, very simple problems here. So just x square always 0 or positive, add 2 on both the sides, including 2 to infinity. Third one, f of x equal to x, x belongs to R. So this is second, this is third problem, this is the first problem, right? Now in third problem, this is an identity function. F of x is equal to x, both are same. Domain also R, range also R, because you are getting input is x, output also x. What is the domain? Real number, set of real numbers. So range also same thing, set of real numbers. There is no change, both are same, because the function is identity function. Domain and range both are same here. I completed now the relations and functions class 11th 2.3 exercise. The previous videos I have done Cartesian product 2.1 and one more video I have done only relations in 2.2, and these functions completely discussed about the functions with the 2.3 also. Now I will do one more video with like this miscellaneous exercise. I will do that. I have completed all the problems now in this. So if you like my explanation and everything, you can subscribe my channel, and also even you can suggest me whichever you want in the comment box. Please suggest me. You can like my video, you can suggest me any comments. Thank you.